Yo, so I got an email from the county, and I have to pay for the permit. I also missed a piece of paper that I have to fill out. I think I could have did it all on my computer, but I'm just in the area, so I'm just gonna go in and just see if I can do it right here, and I'll let you know how that goes. So I'm actually right there right now, you know what I'm saying? So I'll let you know how this goes. I guess I'll just tell you, right? The stupid piece of paper for me to even do the work on my property is $1,500. Just for a piece of paper that says I can do the work on my own house. And then I still have to pay the engineer. So I'm just bleeding money. Let's go in here and see what's going on. All right, well, let's get in the truck. Yeah. Guess what? Okay, so remember the 1,500 we were just talking about? That was just to, so in the last video we turned in our as-built paperwork, and apparently it goes through something, and then I was thinking that it was going to be examined, and then I was paying this permit and getting a piece of paper and was able to start work. That is not the case. So I paid $1,500 right now, and now it'll go to the examiner. And then it gets examined, and then, so I still have to wait for work, right? But the thing that just stressed me out was she told me that that's actually not what it costs. I'm like, what? Estimation, right? So they collect money up front just to even have anybody look at it. And then apparently I have to pay more money. Once that's done, I have to pay every inspector that comes out and some other fees, and I'm going broke, dude. So I don't even know what it's gonna cost, and I don't know. Anyways, I'm tripping a little bit. Yeah, I think we're gonna, I'll sit down and talk about this a bit more later. I think I'm just gonna go home. Hello, welcome back to another property update video. Let's see. I always lose track of what I've told you guys about and what I haven't, so this might be kind of a little recap, might be kind of what's going on, if that makes sense. I got the paperwork from the engineer, right? And that paperwork is basically a drawing of what is here and the corrections that need to be made. I'm not going to tell you what those corrections are. That'll be for another one. You'll see when I do it, right? And when I got the paperwork from the engineer, I just had to go turn it in. Did that, right? And I wasn't sure whether or not I could just turn it in and start the work, whether I had to turn it in and wait for a permit or what. I didn't know. And now I do know, and I'll tell you what's up. So I turned in the paperwork, and I have to wait for a permit to do the work, right? And I turned that in quite a while ago. Now the way it works is I turn in the as-built permit paperwork, and it goes through like an intake process where Somebody at the county kind of looks it over, makes sure it looks all good, and then they take it in, right? And then I have to wait until it passes something. It goes through so many different stages. It goes through something, and then I pay to start the process, which I paid, and it was a lot of money. More money than I expected, right? Now I've paid to turn in the permit to do the repairs to make this place legal, and now that paperwork gets sent to an examiner's desk. So it went through an intake, went through something else, and then now that packet gets sent over to an examiner, and the examiner goes over it however they do that, right? Basically, I think somebody just looks at it better. And once it gets through the examiner, I've already paid, then I get issued the permit to do the work, which the work isn't that crazy, right? Maybe a couple days, not even a week's worth of work. So it's like as soon as I can actually do the work, it'll be good to go. So anyways, the process we're at right now is we are waiting for the examiner to say, yes, that packet is correct. Yes, the repairs are correct. Go ahead and do it, right? That examiner could come back and say, no, this isn't correct. You got to add this, you got to do that, or this. I don't know. The examiner could say and do whatever they want to do. But that's where we're at. That's Ember Wild. That's where we're at right now, is the packet is in front of an examiner, and I am, again, just waiting to be able to do the work. That's where we're at right now. So I don't know if I talked about that process. So the way that works is once I start the work, so like once I go actually pick up the permit to do the work, I will basically start doing the work, and I can't close it up. I have to leave the work exposed, and what do you call that? They'll come do an inspection of the work to make sure I did the work according to whatever they want. And so they're going to come inspect the work I did. Then I can close it up. And then there'll be a final inspection to make sure I did whatever I need to do. That's kind of the process. And then I pay more fees and more stuff. And yeah. So that's where it's at. It's been a crazy experience. It's costing me so much money. I'm going broke, and I think one of the things that people don't realize is I have to pay all these fees, but I also have to pay the mortgage every month, right? Just paying the mortgage is a thing in itself, right? So paying the mortgage and then doing all these, it's just crazy, right? So I just can't wait for it all to be over, and I can just live here and use the place to make money, right? And just use the place to have a place to live, right? When instead of doing all these repairs and inspections, and it's just insanity. And then at the end of this entire process, like when the whole thing's done, I mentioned it a few times, I'm going to sit down and talk about what I've learned and what people can do to kind of prevent this from happening to them. Things you can look for, things like that. So anyways, I just want to sit down, give you an update on what's going on. I turned in the packet. I filmed it. I don't remember where we're at, but that's where we're at right now. And hopefully I can get a piece of paper that says I can start this work soon, so I can just get it done before it starts getting too cold. So thank you guys so much for watching the videos, hitting the thumbs up, commenting, doing all that stuff. YouTube is how both Jay, Lena, and I both pay our bills. So you guys being here every single week commenting and, helps us keep the party going. So we appreciate y'all. So I'll see you guys in another one. Thank you for watching. This is Isaac signing out.